What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be comparing Koulibaly and St. Juste in-game as well as their stats. I know a lot of people have done this St. Juste card just because of his price and how he's just an absolute beast, and probably a lot of people have him in their team. So a lot of you are probably wondering if you should do this Koulibaly card, if he's better than St. Juste, or if you should just keep St. Juste and save your fodder. And I'm here to give you that answer. So first, I'm just going to compare their stats really fast, and then I'm going to build a team with both of them in it, so I can compare them side by side in-game to give you the final verdict of who you should start, as well as if Koulibaly is worth doing. So I would say put a shadow on both of them. I know a lot of people like to put an anchor on St. Juste. I just like that extra bit of pace to him, and I think he does very well physically on his own, so I like putting a shadow on him, and then obviously you're going to want to put a shadow on Koulibaly as well. In terms of pace, St. Juste obviously has more pace. He's got +5 acceleration. That will definitely help in situations where you need to travel a short distance in the fastest amount of time. In terms of dribbling, St. Juste has better agility and balance. That will help out in situations when covering these small, agile forwards. Whereas Koulibaly has the edge on reactions and composure, which I think is a very underrated stat in defenders, and a stat that we don't necessarily pay as much attention as we should to. That 99 reaction and 99 composure will allow him to be very quick, I think, in situations where there's maybe a loose ball or something along those lines. In terms of defending is very similar. 99 versus 98 on defensive awareness, where Koulibaly gets the edge on that. Koulibaly also has an edge on heading accuracy, although I don't value heading accuracy that much. I think as long as it's over, 80, 85, it's good enough. However, that +9 on heading accuracy could matter in some situations, but for the rest of it, it's pretty much going to be the same. And in terms of physicality, they have the same stamina. Their jumping is basically the same, but Koulibaly has a huge edge on strength and aggression. That 99 strength, 98 aggression, I think is going to be a very large factor in terms of Koulibaly's card. In terms of RPP, Koulibaly's coming in at a 97.6 overall center back with the shadow card, where St. Juste is only coming in at a 94.8. They both have 5-star weak foot. They're both high medium. Koulibaly is 2 centimeters taller, but it's only 2 centimeters. I don't think that'll matter that much. So now let's go hop into a game and see how these guys play in-game. Alright, so this is the team that I have around St. Juste and Koulibaly. It's a good team. It's a really fun team to use. So let's get right into these games. I'm going to be voicing over it just to go more in depth about what the center backs are doing. Now, this is the first team we played. I haven't played Rivals literally since the refresh because of personal reasons. I just haven't been able to play. So I am a little bit behind in terms of divisions, but here we go regardless. Alright, so this is the first clip. As you can see, St. Juste here is super agile and is able to win this ball. Second clip here, Koulibaly comes up and wins this ball, results into a good counter attack, which I kind of messed up. Now, this is one big thing about Koulibaly that I would like to point out. Look at how far up he is on the field. He does this a lot. My backline is even, except he's so far up in the field. It results in this counter attack, which thankfully St. Juste was able to stop with his pace. This is another just showing of St. Juste's pace. I put him out of position, and his pace just makes up for it. He gets back into position and wins the ball. Koulibaly here wins the ball here, just stuff that defenders could do, stuff that he does really well. It's just botting people in the box. Once again, does it again just a little bit later. Almost gets scored on there. This next clip is another example of Koulibaly just being a little bit out of position, a little bit higher up, misses the tackle there. Thankfully, St. Juste makes the stop, intercepts the ball, plays good from the back here, and this results into a counter-attack goal. In fact, good, just honestly, team goal, team effort of passing around, as you can see here. Just wanted to show you this goal. I know it kind of doesn't really have to do with the defenders because they didn't score it or anything like that, but just showing that this all came from basically St. Juste stopping that attack and passing well from the back. Very nice goal. Another clip showing St. Juste's pace. Look at how far back he is from Insigne, who's very fast, and he's able just to cut this corner, make up from this distance, and block this shot. Very nice by St. Juste there. Now with this clip, this is another St. Juste clip, just him just being able to close the gaps really fast. This is a good Koulibaly clip, able to stop that counterattack from happening. Now with this St. Juste stop, this marks the last clip of the game. Very good game for both center backs, held them to 0 goals. As you can see, Koulibaly had 5 possession one, St. Juste had 7 possession one. I definitely felt more of a presence from St. Juste, though. I feel Koulibaly was a little too high upfield, getting himself a little bit out of position, and I felt constantly St. Juste was helping make up for that, and just St. Juste's pace is just outrageous, out of this world. Now this shows where both of them made their tackles. As you can see, St. Juste's tackles is a little bit downfield, where Koulibaly's tackles are, some of are downfield, but most of them are upfield. And this kind of just shows of how much Koulibaly moves up the field and plays that high line when all the other center backs don't play the high line. So if you already play a high line, Koulibaly is very, very good for you. But I don't really play that high of a line, and I felt Koulibaly alone being up 5-10 yards past my center back. So that is obviously once again not good. So now going on to the second game, this game was a little bit easier. This guy's team wasn't that great, but he did have Forlan, so I guess that's something, you know. Now the first 3 clips are of Koulibaly. This one's good. He wins the ball quite fast, quite strong. Any defender should be doing that, but granted, he does it very, very well. Now this one is bad, man. I go to make the tackle here. I go to make the tackle here. He does not lunge both times, and Forlan gets by him way easier than he should be getting by him. Very, very disappointed. But he comes back strong, quite literally, wins this ball. Very, very nice by him. Next 2 clips are nice of St. Juste. Wins the ball here. Very, very nice. Gets back into position. Kessie wins this ball. Falls right into St. Juste's feet, and he's able to distribute it out. This next clip, St. Juste wins the ball in the box, and this one will then result into a goal. So yet another goal that came from the start of St. Juste. Very, very nice. As you can see, work the ball down here, work the ball to the middle. Pass here. Rodrigo 1-2, sends Kessie, who then slots it back. Now, Kessie, by the way, very, very good. Just packed him today, so I was using him in this team, and I was very, very thrilled with him. Put an engine card on him. Very, very nice card. He then rage quits after this, so St. Juste win the ball, counterattack, goal, rage quit. Now, this game was ended a bit too early for player ratings to matter. However, St. Juste had 6.0, Koulibaly had 6.5. Koulibaly also had 2 more possession one than St. Juste, even though St. Juste had a lot of good tackles. So that does give Koulibaly just a little bit of an edge in this game. However, the goal that was scored against me was definitely Koulibaly being at fault. Forlan is able to very, very easily get by him here. I tackle here, and he just doesn't really do much. Almost gives up on the ball. Not very good. Was not too pleased with this goal, especially if this was in like weekend league or something like that. I would not be happy with it. So that was kind of Koulibaly being at fault. I don't know, could have just been button delay or lag or something like that. I don't know why my tackles didn't register, but they didn't, and the ball was in the back of the net. So I will put Koulibaly a little bit at fault for that. If he was just a little bit faster, I think he would have caught up to him right here and blocked the shot, but he just wasn't. Alright, now the third and final game of this experiment, this is his team. I mean, it's a decent team. However, if I was playing Champs, this is a team that I'd be a little bit relieved to go against. But, however, it's still a good team. Still got Varane, still got Son. Could do a little bit better on the chemistry side, but decent team, you know? Going right into the clips, we get Koulibaly messing up here. Now, this is a little bit on me, but as you can see, I just kind of mistimed that. Wish he could have got there. If he was a bit faster, maybe he would have got there. However, he was quite fast and agile on that, so I'm not going to write that as Koulibaly being bad. Now, that one, St. Juste just follows his Sterling and does very, very well, heading out, unfortunately, for a throw-in, but still, regardless, hits it out. This is so nice by Koulibaly, able to step in, take advantage of the bad touch, and then results into a counter-attack goal. Kind of a sweaty goal, but counter-attack goal regardless. Decent goal. This clip is a goal. Looks like Koulibaly's fault. In reality, it's my fault. I shouldn't have stepped there. He makes a good touch and a good finish. Good goal by him. These next 2 clips of St. Juste, both just me being patient with him. And this is one of the things I like about St. Juste, is you can be patient with him in this sense. Right when they make the mistake, you can then pounce and step in. That 99 acceleration, as well as good agility and balance with him being 6'1", is just fantastic. Same thing here. I'm just patient with him, let him make the mistake, and as soon as the millisecond he makes that mistake, hop in. Koulibaly here makes a very strong challenge on his Mbappe, sends him to the ground. Very, very nice tackle. Here, St. Juste does very good. He almost scores here because of this missed challenge, but St. Juste comes and rescues me and saves that from being a goal. And then Koulibaly here, the last clip of the game as he rage quitted right after this. one-on-one, and he just steps in and makes that tackle. Very, very nice by Koulibaly. As you can see here, Koulibaly possession won 3 times, St. Juste possession won 6 times. This is another full game where, not full game, but almost full game where St. Juste just very, very much outplays Koulibaly. As you can see here, Koulibaly's tackles are a lot, like I said, once again, up the pitch. A lot of them are up the pitch, or at least outside the 18. Whereas St. Juste, a lot of his tackles are inside of the box, where you really, really need them to make that tackle, and then a couple above where I had corners. So now, if I counted right, St. Juste had 13 good moments in this video and 0 bad moments, where Koulibaly had 9 good moments and 3 bad moments. Now, this is really impressive from St. Juste not to have any bad moments at all, because normally, obviously, center backs do have bad moments, and there's just no mistakes from St. Juste for all 3 of those games, whereas there was 3 mistakes from Koulibaly, and that's not even counting the mistake that was definitely my fault. I just think between the two, St. Juste did play a little bit better. Now, in terms of pros and cons, Koulibaly, I'm going to start with him first. He's very, very strong. He's 99 strength, 98 aggression, absolute beast. Super, super strong on the ball, and you can definitely tell. He's fast-ish and agile-ish. I say ish because he actually surprised me with his speed and agility. However, it's not near as good as St. Juste. And of course, his future Saudi links. Now, there's a lot of really, really good players that transfer to the Saudi League over the summer, and they will get cards, and good cards for that matter. And if those cards aren't hero links like this card, then he will be good for linking those cards. Now on to the cons of Koulibaly. He's not as agile, not as fast. I know I put agile and fast in his pros, and it's because he is, and that is a pro. However, one of his cons is he's not as agile, not as fast as St. Juste. So if you're comparing him, seeing which card you'd rather have, and you prefer your center backs to be as fast and as agile as possible, definitely take St. Juste over. Another one is missed tackles. There were some tackles where I would tackle, and of course it's a little bit on me, but it was just tackles that I know other center backs would make that he wasn't making. So I felt occasionally he would miss a tackle or two that other center backs I know would be making. And then the biggest one, the biggest one, is out of position. I've talked about this before in the video. You saw this before in the video, but he would constantly be 5 to 10 yards ahead of my back line. My back line would basically be a perfect row of 3 and then Koulibaly just up top. And I really, really don't like that about him. I don't like him being out of position, and I really, really wish that he would just stay back with the line. He'd be really, really good if he would just stay back with the line, but that out of position is a big factor to me, and a reason that I probably won't put this card in any weekend league squads. Now moving on to St. Juste, his pros are that he's fast, he's agile, he's strong, and he's got 99 acceleration, which kind of goes into the fast and agile. But that is really, really nice because he obviously can accelerate very, very fast. So I can just kind of sit back, user him, wait for the person who I'm playing to make a mistake, and just jump right onto that ball. And he does it perfect almost every single time. He's absolutely fantastic. His strength, he's only 90 physical, but he feels like 99 physical, man. I mean, he's really, really strong on the ball, can outpower anyone. He's absolutely fantastic. Generally one of the better center backs that I've used in this game, and I would highly suggest if you have him and Koulibaly and you're deciding who to play, I would definitely suggest this card. Now, the only con that I have with this card is links, and even then he's Dutch, so he does get links to Dutch players, obviously, but in terms of the Portuguese league, there's not really many good Portuguese league cards that are like endgame, other than like Di Maria, and even him, like he's premium links as well, so you don't necessarily need to link him. The only really card that I can think of right now is that left mid that is in SBCs. He looks like a really good card, so maybe you can link him with that. But other than that, there's not really many like league links that he would provide. So in terms of ratings, I would rate St. Juste a 10.0, I'd rate Koulibaly a 9.0. I think they're both very, very good cards. However, I would not get Koulibaly to replace St. Juste. I think St. Juste is just as good defensively as Koulibaly. He's also very strong. But I think that big gap in acceleration is the biggest factor between those two cards and what makes St. Juste a little bit better. However, I would still do this Koulibaly card, especially come Friday when Team of the Seasons are re-released into packs. He will definitely be a lot cheaper then, and you'll be able to get fodder a lot easier then. So I would at some point in time definitely do this card. It's a great card that you can just keep in your club and use for fun teams or whatever. It's a good center back card to use. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I'm going to be posting every single day about foot-related content, so you're not going to want to miss it with footies as well as EAFC coming. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all later.